maybe I should give you what I gave last time. Turn you on. Aha! Okay, there we go. I'm going to get this ready. Came up a little faster than I expected, so let me try to set up there. Thanks. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Good? Okay. It's nice for me that it's a small, kind of a small group today. This feels kind of personal. And I've been working. First, thank you, Ayala. Thank you, Avi, for wherever you there you go, for the opportunity to do this again. I have a lot to say, I realized, and I've been working on it for days and hours, and I'm having trouble figuring out how to condense what I want to say into a short period of time. So I put it all in a PowerPoint, and I realize it's too long. I don't think I can do it. And I also realize that I've been using my head to create this, and what I want to talk to you about today is coming from my heart, coming from my soul. So I may use some of that, and I may not. There's a few slides I'll use, but what if your business was alive? I'm not talking about you or the people within your business, but the business itself. What if your business had an energy and an aliveness all by itself? How would you treat it? What if it was your friend? What kind of dialogue would you have with your business? And what would you discover about yourself and your business by doing that? So I want to ask you a couple of questions, and then we'll go on. As if you'll take a moment, think about it, write it down if you want. If you were to describe your business, the essences of your business, the qualities of your business, what would that be? Not the products you sell. I'm not talking about the things you sell or the service you provide. What is it your business is in business to do? Why is your business happening? Some questions like that. Where did you get the idea for your business? What inspired you? Was it the inspiration that has you do the business you're doing? Is it need? Is it just default? Why are you doing the business you're doing? That's about you. Your business has a quality and a presence all its own. So it's like the Big Bang. What brought that into being? How did the Big Bang start? What brought that into being? There's this quality of things that there's of isness. Something already is. The Big Bang already was. Human consciousness did not bring the Big Bang into being. We emerged from that field. So I want you to think about that for a minute, that there's already an isness. Your business existed before you started it. What is the quality of that business that is trying to be brought through by your interaction with it? Does that make sense? That business pre-existed you in a couple of different ways. You are a vehicle for that business. What is it that business is attempting to do in our culture, in your world? What is it bringing through? So I want you to just take a moment and think about that. So in the work that I do is it's also very difficult to come up and tell you or share this information with you without letting you know what I do. So I found that a challenge as well. But these things I'm sharing with you came through years and years of personal growth, personal work, and the work I do in the book. So I'm looking at things from a shamanic perspective. And I want to share some of those ideas with you. It's not that they're the truth. It's a perspective. You can take whatever you want out of it. So as I've gone about my world, I've realized that there are three things. And in Hawaiian shamanism, they call them something else. But in our language, they call it the soul, the body, and the mind. And our soul is the energetic essence of who we are. The body is the vehicle the soul is in. The mind are the thoughts and beliefs, attitudes and such that we develop over time. So you could say it like this: we are soul, we have a body, and we develop minds. So we are a soul having a human experience. It's a little different than saying it, we are a body with a soul in it. We are soul inhabiting a body at this time. This is a shamanic perspective. So I've found in my practice, in my life, that has some value to it. The soul pre-exists this moment. The soul is eternal. And so in this moment, we're kind of coagulated, if you will, in a body with some thoughts, and I call that one Todd. This is a soul in a body with some belief systems around it. And this one's called Todd. So what happens for us is a lot of folks, I think, forget that we're soul. We've been led to believe that we're mind. We're our minds. And that the mind is our most important asset. And I would like to suggest that it's not. That the mind is a tool that the soul uses. So when we get into alignment with what our soul's doing here, and line the body, the vehicle up with it, and the mind becomes a servant to what the soul's doing, that's a really powerful alignment. And so I suggest the same thing would be true for our businesses. What is the soul of your business? What is its reason for being? I came here to do some things as a soul. I've incarnated into this body, into this time, into this area. I'm doing my best to fulfill what my soul came here to do. So I believe that's true. You may not, and that's okay with me. For now, let's look at it as a possibility. That there's something deeper going on than just humans being good humans. Humans learning how to do the human game well. I'm not interested that much in being a good human. I'm interested in being in alignment with what my soul came here to do. So a lot of the work I've been doing over time is getting in touch with that at a deeper level and helping others do that. So I've noticed that when we get into alignment with our soul's agenda, the soul's agenda is the way the soul goes about fulfilling its reason to be here. And there's a couple of qualities about that. Oops. Let's take a look at this first. What is a soul? If we're talking about soul, maybe we ought to take a look at what some people define soul as. And then I'll share the soul's agenda idea with you. Our souls are eternal. They pre-exist this lifetime. They are the essence of who we are. We also have a personality that's partly due to the body's interaction with our soul and our mind's interaction with our soul. But the essence of who we are that is, here to have a human experience is what we're calling the soul. So the essence is the basic, real, and invariable nature of a thing or its significant features. So lots of things can have an essence. The soul's essence is part of what helps us line up with the birds whistling. It helps us figure out how to go about what we're doing here. So if we live into our essence, we feel a deeper sense of connection to ourselves and the world we've come to be a part of. So I'm suggesting getting in touch with soul and essence, which can be almost interchangeable. A lot of people use them interchangeably. They're slightly different, but it's the same thing. The essence is describing some of our soulful qualities. Any comments, questions so far?
Yeah, when you say soul, are you talking religious connotation or not?
No. This is not about any particular belief system at all. This is about, well, I guess you could argue that. I believe we have a soul, so that's a belief system.
No, but that's not.
Yeah, but it's not religious. It's not about any particular religion. It's what I've noticed. There's a deeper part of us that exists within us that I'm calling the essence or the soul. And you can call it what you want. Different people call it the higher mind, the higher self. There's a lot of different names for it. But, most people can relate to the word soul. So soul, to me, is like, soul is to spirit like a drop of water is to the ocean. So we have a soul, which is a unique expression of the divine, the all that is, the isness. There is something here that we're a part of. And we're a part of it just like a drop of water is to the ocean. The ocean is a big body. We are a part of that. Like these bodies right here. How many cells do you have in your bodies? Trillions of cells. Each cell is a unique individual entity all by itself. Bruce Lipton calls it the community. We have trillions, it's something like 3 trillion cells that comprise this body. This is one body, but it's comprised of trillions and trillions of cells that make it one. We're part of a oneness like that. Every human is part of the bigger oneness. So that's what I mean by soul, that deeper connection to the big picture of who we actually are. So, if we take this idea and go a little bit farther with it, like a business, like your business is conceived. It has a moment when we're thinking about it, when we decide by inspiration, need, or default. It sits in the womb for a while, whether it's virtual or not. It needs to gestate before it comes out. Sometimes for hours, sometimes for years. Eventually it's birthed into being. And it can be birthed in a variety of ways. It can be easy and natural and everything goes well. You might have a cesarean birth, which means it's an emergency. You've got to get some help to make that happen. Let's say it's premature. Sometimes businesses are birthed before they're ready. Sometimes they're birthed after. They're a little bit late. So when we look at our business as a being, you can see some relationships to the human life as well. So the business already exists. Everything already exists prior to you choosing to start it. So what I wanted to have you take a look at, have you heard the saying that some artists use that, let's say a sculptor is carving a stone. What they say is, they see what's in the stone and take away what's not there. There's already something, the statue's in the stone already. It's already present. And much like that, our business is already present. What we get to do is be stewards to that business. And if we will tune in at that deeper level and allow the business, a friend, to talk to us, what does that business want or need? How is that business wanting to get expressed? It can get expressed to us. So like our bodies are a vehicle for soul to have a human experience. We are vehicles for the idea that's already existing to be brought into this world. Does that make sense? So we are helping a business. We are midwives in a sense. We are birthing this business into being because we caught an inspiration, an idea, or whatever. There's a lot of different ways businesses come into being. So did anybody come up with some qualities of your business?
Caring, yeah.
Caring, right? Anybody else?
Fun.
I couldn't hear you.
Fun.
Fun, absolutely. These are qualities.
Improve lives.
Yeah.
Give service. To
Service.
help others.
So the product that we have in any particular business is not what the business is about. It's what the product provides. And we get attracted to that particular kind of product or service for some reason. What attracts people to be in service to others? What attracts people to care? What attracts people to be healthcare providers or insurance providers or sell homes? What attracts one to that? And what I'm suggesting, as a soul, as a human, it would be really good to be able to determine what your own soul is doing here, what its reason for being is, and what its essence pieces are. And does that match with the business you're doing? If your soul and your essence and your, let's say, personality and your qualities like that are not in alignment with the business you're doing, you're going to have some trouble with the business. Does that make sense? For instance, part of my life purpose, if you will, is a high-profile leader. I am scared to death to get in front of people, but part of my purpose is to stand up here and talk and to lead and to share. So I have to face that in myself every time I do that. As a leader with heart, high-profile leader with heart, I'm not going to be leading a corporation or a business or an entity of some sort that's taking advantage of people. That's not where you're going to see my leadership go. That would be out of alignment with my integrity, with my essence and my work. It might not be for somebody else, and I have no judgment about that. I'm just making the correlation where what I do in my life is in alignment with my essence. How I express leadership is in alignment with my essence. Is that making sense? So this is what I'm talking about. How do we line up our businesses with our essence? And that might be a little tricky if we don't know what the essence of our business is. And how many people have ever thought about checking in with your business as a being and asking it what it wants, what it needs, what is it in human experience for? Why did it come? Does that make sense what I'm saying? So if we get in touch with that, now we can get very powerful because now we're lined up with our business and our essence, and now everything kind of flows in that direction. So from this perspective, I'll go over this quickly. Life purpose is what the soul has come here to do. It's its highest level skill set. It's what it enjoys doing the most. So we call that the purpose. In business, we might call that the mission. And it provides a roadmap. In the human experience, the life lesson, is the territory of consciousness we've come to study. It's currently our low set of skills. So if we make progress in that low set of skills, that improves our ability to be in business. It improves our ability to be human in our human experience. We're evolving